The spending bill passed by Congress, signed by the President this morning. It'll add an estimated $320 billion to government spending over the next 2 years and significantly increase the deficit. Look who's here. Former Texas Congressman Ron Paul. So welcome to the program. Great to see you again.
Good, Stuart. Nice to be with you.
I've been hearing about the debt bomb for 20, maybe 30 years. So far, it has not gone off. When do you think we will be hit by the debt bomb? You've got to tell us when. I know how it works, but you've got to tell me when.
Well, I think it's constant. I think it's ongoing, and that's every time you see a recession or the markets go up and the markets go down, or interest rates are out of whack, or the Fed has a balance sheet they don't know what to do with. They don't have any concept of what they'll need to do about the balance sheet there. So I would say it's constant, but you're looking for the big one. And, of course, they're unpredictable, and I'm not so sure that it's in the next month or two, but if the stocks don't go up to that near, high about a couple of weeks ago, I think people are going to throw in the towel, and you'll see point-wise it's already a big deal, but I think percentage-wise it will be a big deal. Okay. But I think it's out of control by the Fed. I think the interest rates, I think that 10-year bond is giving us a message, and it's not the Fed. The Fed hasn't raised the rates enough. It's the market saying there's something wrong with the system.
What's wrong with the GOP? This is a Republican House, Senate, and White House. And they still passed a budget that increases government spending by $320 billion. I got to say, the GOP has abandoned financial responsibility. What say you?
Well, you have to blame it on Richard Nixon. And there's a famous statement by Nixon when he closed the gold window and all those horrible things back in the 70s and got rid of any link to gold. When he says we're all Keynesians now, and the Republicans are Keynesians. They're military Keynesianism and economic Keynesianism, and they don't believe there's anything wrong. That's what our universities teach. They say debt is okay. It's very good. You've heard the liberals say this all the time. Conservatives won't say it, but they do it because they are controlled by a sentiment that has been taught to almost everybody in the Congress. You talk about the deficit, but don't worry about it. It'll take care of itself. I don't believe it. There's a lot of people in Congress, at least in the libertarian conservative side, that don't believe it, and they realize that you can get away with it a long time when you're in a rich country and you have a strong currency. But when the country gets weaker and the currency gets weaker and something has to be done, it'll end.
Your son, Senator Rand Paul, he held up the passage of the budget, forced a shutdown, albeit briefly. Why does he always seem to be saying no?
I've never heard him say no. They used to tell me I was saying no. What we say and what Rand, I believe, was saying is he's saying yes to sanity, saying yes to a good budget. Say yes to your promises.
But the trouble is, you cannot get this Congress or any other Congress that I've ever seen to say, yes, let's cut spending dramatically. I've never seen it, and I don't think you ever will see it.
No, you're not. You're not. I've never predicted that's going to happen. I think we should get as many people there to speak out like Rand did last night, try to convince the people that it's in their best interest not to ask the government to take care of them and that we're the policemen of the world. When that comes, the empire shrinks and the welfare state shrinks, but it will not happen by the Republicans and the Democrats getting together. What was that secret deal? They get together and they always raise things. When they talk behind the scenes, they endorse conventional policy of spending, militarism. The whole works is a bipartisan deal. Okay. And so it is going to get worse, and you don't expect the Congress ever to come to their senses, only after they have no other choice.
You got it. When their backs against the wall, maybe. Ron Paul, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir. Great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.